Hey everybody, this your girl Reed from the New Normal, and guess what? I have a special guest in the house tonight. Hey! I have Big Quick
Hey,
in the
what's going
house.
on?
Not
What's
much was
going
going on
on?
with.
Appreciate your time.
I appreciate you more. So before we get started, I just would like you to let everybody know a little bit about like where you're from and who you are, and then we're going to the questions.
All right, for sure. Well, good evening, everybody that's tuning in. My name is Big Quick. I'm from West Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Young brother, just running a couple businesses and doing this rap shit. I ain't really gonna say on the side. It's really like entry level for what I'm trying to do in the music business. Mainly
Okay.
songwrite. I don't really like the title rapper for real.
Okay. So would you say that you're more of a creator? You said writer. So you're more of a
Yeah,
creator. You want to be more behind the scenes,
yeah, that's more of my thing than
more your thing, whatever. So
yeah,
Philadelphia.
than like rapping and doing interviews and cameras and stuff like
You
that.
don't like you like
Do
you more behind. Okay, I feel
I
that.
do what
I'm
I
more
gotta
behind
do.
the scenes too. So, but
Yeah.
people want to see you. They hear your music. They want to see who's saying it. Yeah, I listened to a lot of your stuff today. It's hard too. It's hard.
I appreciate that. I
Well,
appreciate
we're
that.
gonna start real quick with this. So I'm going right into it. Your album is named it's PTSD, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So right now, with the state of mental illness, how important is it for you to put this out? For especially now, do you feel like a lot of people are now starting to really realize they got a problem? They don't know how to. They don't know what it is. Are you think they're seeking
Um,
therapy now, like, or
I
just with
mean,
music?
no, no, I don't really think so. Your question kind of like got a few to it, so I'm gonna try to answer all of them.
Okay.
PTSD is mainly just bred from like the pain and like of a lot of folks. I done seen around me.
Mhm.
I seen a lot of guys like slime, backdoor, betrayed. I got a lot of friends, murdered by friends. I got family that, been set up by best friends, snitched on, whatever the case may be. It be a lot of betrayal. Like betrayal is like one of the more traumatizing um things you can go through in life, period. And
Period. That's a fact.
while I wanted to display like coming from a place of that pain and that trauma, I also want to display like how triumphant you can be in that. Like like no matter what you're going through, like long as you keep pushing, shit going, shit gonna pan out the way it's supposed to be. That's why I said my one John, but I'm still here 10 toes, so I'm standing good with the plug in triple digit grams and like
Okay.
people try to do what they could to stop me from being successful, but it's like I'm still here, like I'm
You
strong.
got purpose. Can't nobody stop what God got for you already.
Yeah, pretty
Can't
much.
nobody stop that.
Mm-hmm.
And I listen
You
to a lot
feel
of
me?
your songs, and it's what you just said. A lot of the songs, it sound like were you betrayed a lot, or you just speaking from what you saw? Because a lot of your
Some of
songs
it,
just like people was like doing people dirty, like they, like you said, they're best friends and
yeah.
friends and family. You can't trust nobody.
Yeah, it's a lot of just where I'm from, Philly. It's really grimy here. Like, like that's really like one of the best words you can use to describe. Like they call it the city of brotherly love, but like your brother hate on you faster than your enemy here. I know it's a
Yeah,
lot. It's like that anywhere though. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
we all know the story of Cain and Abel,
yeah,
and it's just really like that. And
yeah,
you might not never see it coming. You people don't never see it coming. And now, you mourning your homie and your homie murked him. You can't even. Y'all got so many pictures, so many memories. You can't have certain conversations because you feel what I'm saying. Who was there, the parties at
right,
play, and the things that's happened since those good times. You know what
right.
I'm saying? Like, so it kind
That's
of was
you
just
know
a
what.
touch on that. Part of it personal part, but most of it is a lot of just what I seen in my hood.
Okay. I was gonna say this though. You know how like you said, it's everywhere. Like everybody's seeing it's magnified so much now because we have social media, we can put out everything. So we know that everywhere people are going through similar situations and stuff like that. So what do you think it's gonna take for people to realize like we gotta stop this? Because we really hurting ourselves, like we're not coming together. It's just it's getting worse and we need each other. Like, what do you think is gonna take for people to realize like we need each other for real? You know what I'm saying? Because back in the
Like,
day, when you say like,
what it's gonna take? No, go ahead, go continue. My bad.
no, I was gonna say like, back in the day when you say brother and stuff like that, whatever, we was a community. You know what I'm saying? We would nod to each other. We make sure we were straight or whatever. And we so far
Yeah,
removed from that. We already know we're far removed from that. But like, how
it's
can we get
sad.
back to that? It's really sad. I'm in Atlanta. Atlanta is
Yeah,
small. You know what I'm saying? It's not big like people think it is, I guess, or whatever. So you can run into people at the corner store, like, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like it's just not large.
Philly the
My
same.
homeboy,
Yeah, Philly the same way. Yeah,
yeah. So it's like you gotta trust somebody though.
like big
You know what I'm
city,
saying? Yeah,
small town. Big city, small town. Like it's big
yeah,
here, but it's still kind of small town, close that everybody kind of know everybody kind of thing. And
yeah.
like I mean, what it's gonna take? I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, as much as I don't really get into that kind of rap. I'm really like an intellectual, somewhat of a historian, and like not to
Right,
like preach at nobody or nothing, but like historically, like what we need the government work to stop. When they talked
right.
about the Black Panthers, and when when the CIA had their briefings on the Black Panthers, like it
Yeah,
wasn't really guns and martial arts that they was worried about. It was like the upliftment and the self
yeah.
awareness that we was putting in the
Facts,
schools,
facts.
and that's one of the mainest things. Like I could say, being on both sides of the coin, I remember being how these young boys is, and just like no regard for life. Like I don't care about
Yeah,
my life. Who are you? Type
right.
mentality, and that's really at the core of what really need to change.
So I have a question. So have you ever thought about maybe doing a community, since you do music and like you say you were also like a lot of, you're a historian, what I'm saying, you have certain beliefs. Do you think you're going to do something maybe for the youth with music, so you kind of educate them and let them know about certain things that they don't know about, like how our history was always started, they showed us. Hold on, guys, hold on 1 second, take a brief pause. Can you pause this? Hmm. Well,
Stream,
technical difficulties.
every StreamYard interview I got, it don't
It
matter
might be
who
the towers over
podcast.
here, though. To be honest with you, it could be
I
it's the
don't know. I
area.
think it's StreamYard. They do me so
What did it
dirty.
look?
I
Hold
don't
on,
know
they
if it's
just had a
me.
little promotion. I'm like, we're new and improved. You
Listen,
see-
I don't know. I'm going through the same problems.
what I was trying to say, like, do you think you'll
Like,
ever
but
maybe do
no,
something for the youth? Like for the youth, like because they
oh hell
need
yeah,
mentors. And as we know,
hell yeah.
as we've watched several podcasts, it's a huge problem with men. They do want to look up to somebody. So we got to start with the youth, though. You know what I mean? Let them know that
I
people
mean, yeah.
care.
I mean, I'm a retired youth coach and all that. I've been a big
Okay,
brother, been
okay,
a coach. I didn't, I that's my thing, and that's something I very much, is a part of my mission to get back to. It's always a
okay.
part of my mission is like having that king mentality, having that chief mentality that they talk about it take a village and shit. Like somebody gotta be the chief, and the chief
Yeah,
really is just there
somebody
to
got to
serve and
lead.
protect
Yeah, you
and,
got
and
somebody
serve
you
and
need to
protect.
lead.
Like how the
Yep,
police say they gonna do. That's really our job to do, is to
that's you
serve and protect
absolutely
our
right.
community. You
But we so
know?
scared of each other. I'm gonna say this. I know for a fact, like here in where I'm at, not areas, a lot of women scared of the dudes here, so they don't talk to them, and we don't. I feel like we haven't seen a presence of like what they're here. I'm gonna say leadership as far as like we have people here because we have like some. I think Blue Pill be here a lot. A lot of people that's into like putting people together, to come together, build together. We can be as one. We have those kind of communities, like with the conscious. We also have like with sports and stuff like that or whatever. So they have somebody to guide them to show them how to be a team. You know what I'm saying? To look out for
Right.
one another, whatever. But I feel like we need more of that. My son played sports all the way up until he was 18. He just turned 18 or whatever. And it was a lot of them involved, a lot of men. But what I was going to say is a lot of women I feel like scared of a lot of men because a lot of things, like a lot of these dudes are crazy now. Whatever that comes off with a persona that
I
they're
don't
not
know.
like that, huh?
I know. I believe you. I believe you. You know,
Yeah,
like but when I was single and dating, you know, I used to hear a lot of stories like about like I would run into a lot of shocking stories like about that. Like,
it's
that shit there is that's a whole nother episode
it is a
because
whole nother story. But I'm
I
trying to
got
say with
so
the
many
leadership part.
opinions on. I got so many opinions on what that took. All right, so from a leadership standpoint, as a man,
Pause. Deep thought moment. No, we're having technical difficulties, but he's gonna come back. Hopefully, he's gonna come back. It paused again. Can you hear me? I can hear you now with audio. Hey, let me ask you something. Can you hear me though? Right? You can't hear me either. Oh, let me see. Let's see if I can do something. Dum, dum. What I was gonna say, I was like, maybe we can reschedule. I can do it on Zoom because I feel like you got a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? To me, a lot of people need to hear that because it's like I was just saying before. A lot of people don't know who to talk to. You know what I'm saying? We always judge people. We judgmental. We don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? A person look a certain way because if you look at my family and stuff, they have certain looks, but you won't know how they educated as fuck on a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying, or whatever.
facts.
But people be like, I don't know, he looks scary, but sit down with him. He'll learn you something. Look,
Sit down with him. Thank you.
just
Oh my,
sit down with him
that's
and
me.
talk to him. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
me. A lot of
Period.
times, like a lot of places, and then people be like, "Yo, like whole time." It's like, yeah, you was shook for nothing. I wasn't going to do nothing to you. Like
All you gotta do,
that
you know
shit
what it
funny.
remind me of sometimes? It remind me of the Green Mile. Remember how big he was and people was intimidated
Yeah,
by him? But he was empathic, he could feel your everything, like he could heal you. But they were so like amazed how big he was, they
yeah,
were scared to talk to him or whatever.
yeah.
I
Be
feel like
like
it's a
that.
lot about black men are very powerful. They have something to give, so much to give, but people too intimidated or too scary to even talk to them. Because they can see you got something going on over there, but they don't know how to approach you. So they just
Yeah,
they'll watch you from a distance and judge. Like, I don't
yeah.
know. You know what I'm
And
saying?
for
Like,
like what I'm learning in that, and like for like brothers that go through that, like it take time to learn and not be like put off by that and be like, motherfucker, what's wrong with you? Like we got to learn how to stay in our like you mean like stay in our royalty like regardless of that like all right like
period.
you might feel like I'm unapproachable you know that's on you like when your time comes I'm here you feel me like and it's a
And
lot
I
of times we get standoffish and we kind of like feel that off people and I mean we want to match that shit and
yeah,
honestly like that's what even we proving exactly what they feel off us you know we taking what they feel and giving it back and that's their presumption when we really you mean need to just stay who we are you mean people
period.
who supposed to come around people who don't
And you know what? Going back to the music and stuff, whatever, I think it's changed a lot. And not to take away from any other places, but I'm gonna speak for Georgia real quick because you know you can look at like a Goody Mob or Outkast. They ain't look like the typical. You see how they look, and
hmm
they educated as shit. Like they know so much. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. We saw that in the music or whatever. I feel like that even with Philly. I'm talking about the Philadelphia. You know, a lot of Philadelphia to me. What I'm not. When I think about Philly, I think about the men, the guys with the waves with the beards or the bald heads. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah
think
all
about
Aki
like,
you
huh?
mean all Aki the Muslim brothers
Yeah, like I think
yeah
about things like that or whatever. You don't even like you said. I haven't been to Philly, so I'm thinking like. Yeah, y'all all the city of butter and love or whatever. It seems like every time I see something from Philly, it's always uplifting. I'm gonna go to the singers like a Jill Scott, like different people, like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, or whatever. You
I
like, okay,
mean,
it just
that's the
seems like I'm gonna say, I know
yeah.
every. Huh?
Well, I mean, that's cause man, there was a time when that's when like the mainstream, the radio, and all that. That's what they wanted to push. I mean, it's crazy, like you say that, because I was just looking at a video where Beanie Siegel was like talking up, like when he was young, yeah, he was first coming out, and that's what he was saying. He was like, "Y'all got y'all, you got your Kumo D's, you got your like party rappers, but you don't got the people like me that show you what Philly really about and
Yeah,
really were like."
yeah,
So like Philly, it's Jill Scott, it's music, Love Child, it's Roots, but
yeah.
really. It's Beanie
It's
Siegel.
Beanie
You feel
Siegel.
me? It's
Yeah,
State
yeah.
Property.
He hard
Like
too. He
it's
hard.
Meek
It's
Mill.
Meek
Like
Mills and stuff. Sounds
yeah,
like this,
yeah,
rhyme like this.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
But we
really
need to
rough.
see
It's
that
rough
too.
here.
Yeah,
It's
I
rough
know. I mean,
here.
I
It's just
know. I know. We just ain't seeing it. I'm saying like I know there's always a flip side. You know what I'm saying? But so like you said, this is what it was pushing. It was the 90s. It was about love. That's in
mm,
everywhere now. It was pushing love in the '90s.
yeah.
But now it's like I'm gonna let y'all know what it really is out here or whatever, and it's scary. It's scary.
And it is scary. And the sadder part about it is like the machine like feeding off it. Like, yeah, a lot of us, we just spitting exactly what we coming from, what we know. It is kind of like therapy or like, your diary, your journal to a degree and shit. But
Mhm.
it's the way it's commercialized and marketed to be, the norm or what we should be chasing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like we should be chasing, out here drilling. We should be chasing killing,
that's what they
other
want.
brothers
Kill
in double
yourself.
digits. Yeah, like we
Yeah,
should
get
be
it over with
chasing
for us.
that.
We ain't gotta worry about it no more because y'all kill
Yeah,
yourself.
we know what's up. So I mean, it's rough, like just from like a standpoint of like you said, we so busy fearing each other. I shouldn't feel like when I see four young brothers that I might have to plug one of them. One of them might be somebody I coached before. One of them
Yeah,
might be one of my young boys' friends. One of
yeah,
my sons, homies from school. One of my nephews, homie. You feel what I'm saying? But
yeah.
I shouldn't
We
have to
real.
feel threatened. I should feel like, damn, these my people. These my young brothers, and this and that. But that shit ain't really the reality
That's
out
not
here. Like,
no.
yeah, you
I
got
have some of
niggas
these
is on
shirts.
predator shit. Like,
I have a lot of my merch. It says trust no one because you. That's exactly what you just said. You can't. Like you've met this person. You know this person. You've done so much with this person, but you're in a different time now. You can't think
things
like
change.
I'm saying
Things
like,
change
oh,
before
let's
you
make
even know they
let's little
change.
Ray Ray. I used to coach football with him. He would
Yeah.
never do anything for me. Now little
Things
Ray Ray
change.
mine
Yeah.
said different.
You never know. Things change
You
before
don't
you
know
even
what's
know they
like you
change, man.
is what I was gonna say. You don't know like their circumstances. People will do whatever. You know what I'm saying? People don't have no
Hmm.
heart. Ain't no heart, cuz. You know what I'm saying? I have no heart.
None of that.
They'll just it's about to me right now is what I can get from you. What can I get from you? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. I
And
gotta ask you a question.
it could be in the heartbeat of, not getting what they think they can get from you that is just over for you. You know
That's
what I'm
it.
saying?
You
Like,
only
oh,
had $20.
I thought I could get this out of you.
What happened to them
Man,
pictures of the videos I seen on Instagram with all that money you was holding? You only got $20, nigga. You know what I'm saying? He
it's
could have blinked.
crazy out here.
It
It's
is
crazy
crazy. So
out
let's go back to this. I listened to a lot of your songs. Who is Still Will? Y'all got a few songs together.
here. That's my brother. That's my twin.
That's just
That's
twin,
my No,
a
he
real
ain't my
twin.
like out there.
Oh,
He ain't
it's
my
the
my
word that I'm
brother. He
saying
my
now. What's
twin.
that
As like
twin?
that's really
But
like my
yeah,
guy, and our birthday the same day.
really. What's
You
your
know what I'm
birthday?
saying? Yeah, January 5th.
Oh, you a Cap. Oh, you crazy.
Yeah.
My best friend a
Oh,
Cap. My mom was a Cap. Y'all silent
I
but deadly.
shh. Tell nobody. I ain't even crazy. I'm subtle. I'm relaxed.
No, I'm gonna just say this. I
Everybody
don't know
got
about the
so much.
men.
But
I don't know about the
I mean,
men.
that's one thing. Me and Stud, we real laid back. Just, to the job, get the job done. You mean no excuse type guys. You know what I'm saying? That's why we've been doing this shit. So I just was actually like breaking it down for somebody recently I didn't even know. Like we've been doing this since I think I was 16, he was 15. We first
Oh, that's what's
started
up.
to like do
Yeah.
this shit. Like we was young boys and like I gotta give him credit because like when I fell off and you mean stuck to the streets and was on my like that shit ain't real. That shit ain't real. Fuck that rap shit. Like I gotta get this money. I got bills. I got my brothers I'm taking care of. I had shit going on. Like
Hmm.
he stuck to the music. He always found a way to get me back in the booth. You mean keep me on tracks and shit here and there. Like
That's
that
what's
shit
up. That
gotta
is a
come into
real
play
brother.
at where
So
we
he
at
wants you to
now.
stay
Yeah.
focused. Stay
Yeah. Like I
focused.
went through some shit. I went through some shit and like a lot of people cry and a lot of people talk. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't move. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my I mean, that's my brother.
That's what's up, though. You always gotta have somebody on your team. You gotta have
Yeah.
somebody
Really on
that
your team
know,
too.
that know you, like that know.
Because
You know
people
what I'm
be
saying?
on
You
your
got some
team, but
people,
they be like cheerleaders. They be like staff. They
but
be
not
like
like
water
that.
boys. But they don't
Yeah, but
be
not,
on your team in the game. You know what I'm saying? Passing when they need to pass, shooting when they need to shoot. You know what I mean? That's
yeah,
why me and my brother work out like me and Stud will like we pass when we need to pass and we shoot when we need to shoot. And that's why we
yeah.
win. You know what I'm
Y'all
saying?
great teammates.
Yeah.
Teamwork made the dream work. You know, old saying goes or
Yeah.
whatever. So let me ask you something. So you feel like if people was gonna say like we're gonna give out free therapy in the hood, would anybody
Hmm.
sign up for it? Would they trust it?
A few people may, but it ain't gonna get the turnout they expect.
So what do you think they need to do to get people to understand? Like we know it's hard out here for y'all. We see stuff, everything that happens to us. First of all, you know when the pandemic started or whatever, this shit was like a movie. It's unbelievable. You're like this shit is not real
Listen,
life. This is
listen,
not
man,
real
listen.
life. You feel me? So
I was
now
there.
we see stuff, and you know they be like, you know, we in the matrix or whatever. We control everything, and I agree with that to a certain extent. You can't, you can control your life. You know what I'm saying? Depends how you look at shit. But long story short, it just seems like, especially the youth, they done seen so much. I know my son, he couldn't go to school the last 2 years. He had to do virtual shit. You know what I'm saying? He could, like, it took away a lot of their stuff that we had. You know what
Yeah,
I
it
mean?
definitely reset. It definitely hit a big reset button and changed a lot of things.
Changed a lot. So a lot of times, like I know my son right now, he feel older. He 18, but you talk to him and you would think he's 21 and stuff, whatever. Because when he was able to work, go to virtual school, he also started doing like forex, started doing the investing, and started like reading up on stuff or whatever. So his mindset was different. Now I'm an entrepreneur. He got him a heat press and started doing shirts and shit like that.
Oh,
So
I
with some of
like.
the
I'm gonna have to
people,
give him some business. I like that.
yeah,
So I
like
do
you know what I'm saying.
forex
I
too. I
appreciate
got to
that.
holler at him. I fuck
Yeah, you
with. I
gotta holler at him because
mean,
he
I
took
fuck
it.
with the G. I fuck with the GPAUD and all that. You mean GPUS,
Oh
all
yeah,
that
you
shit.
definitely need to talk to him because I don't know nothing you talking about now. You finna
Chai,
be-
I ain't talking Chinese, boy. You got to holler at him.
Look, I don't speak that. I don't speak. I told my son I don't speak English. I don't know what that is.
No, that's
But
what's
I'm
up though.
gonna
I
say,
think that's a big deal for these young boys. Like, yo, I'll be telling my young boys all the time, like, yo, for y'all niggas got it so good.
they
Like
got opportunity.
18,
I love
19,
it.
it really was get a brick or play
Yeah,
ball or some shit. Like, wasn't nobody teaching us how to buy no real estate. Credit was still a curse word. You know what I'm saying? Like these young
yeah,
boys got it real good. Like the
yeah.
influx of knowledge that's coming their way. Like
Look, social
I'm
media,
so
a YouTube page.
it's a lot of dudes like mad at these young boys and hate man. I love it for these little niggas, man. I am
Me
excuse my
too.
language. I love it for these young brothers. I am not mad at this shit. Like cause I wish like they look at what they doing. They renting cars, look at where they shop, all the shit we doing, all the shit we was waiting to be like 24, 23,
Period.
20. I mean,
Look,
like where I'm from, you really had to get on a block. I mean, move your bees, save your little profit. You
not
mean
only
you was
that,
either stunting or you was actually coming to now. It's like
yeah,
you can learn forex. You can
you
buy
can learn
some
how to
property.
Airbnb, like you said,
Come on.
Airbnbs that know how to do the
They had
properties, get
that
real estate,
Come
flip
on, they had
houses.
that bullshit going on with them cartoons they was flipping for like 7 months as NPCs or whatever
Oh
that
yeah,
shit for
NFTs or some shit.
NFTs
If
and
it's
shit.
NFC,
Like they got so much opportunity out here, man. It's really lit for the young boys. Like it really is.
it is.
I
I was gonna
think
say you
that's
can get.
maybe like part of it, like getting the young ones to focus on that, like instead of like yo, you think you gotta go rob, homie. You think you gotta go. You think you gotta take this contract and go smoke some mine for a couple $1,000. You could and possibly give up the rest of your life,
Hmm.
and you could have made that couple $1,000 flipping options if you
Period.
would have just studied. You know what I'm
It's
saying? Like, there's so many opportunities
drop
out here.
shipping
Like, fast. It's so many like fast opportunities. Like you ain't even
yeah,
had a chance to mess up yet.
and not at
You
all. That's what I was gonna
18.
say.
You ain't had a chance to fuck nothing up yet. Just go do your thing. Like, it's
Like
so
you
many
said,
opportunities out
build
here.
your credit up. You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
man,
Get that
they
800
got
credit
it
score,
good. They got it
750,
good.
7.
We had to stumble bump our head, but that just goes to like generationally. Like, I feel like this generation of parents, like, we doing a much better job. Younger or not, like, remembering how things felt, remember how things was, and not being like back in our day when we was young boys. They'd be like, well, if it was good enough for me, then this we smarter than that. Like, no, it wasn't good enough for me. Let me put you on. You feel what I'm saying? I feel
Yeah.
like to a degree, like generationally, we doing a little bit better than before us on that tip. I
Well, I'm
mean, we
gonna say
still got a
this.
lot of the same problems, but
To be fair with our parents now, I'm a little older. I'm 40. I'm about to be 45. But they didn't have like we have. They didn't have social media. They didn't have,
mm-hmm.
they didn't have a lot of computers. Weren't even like they didn't even they was computer literate. They didn't know how to do a lot of stuff. So we had more opportunities when it came to
Yeah,
building access
access,
and
yeah.
stuff.
Hmm.
Now, yeah, we kind of slipped. I feel like a
It's
lot of
funny.
times. Wait,
That's real, cause like I know it's funny you say that, cause like I remember being like much younger before like shit was hitting like it's hitting now, like maybe 23, 24. I'm saying, like, so it's like whatever year it is. At the end of the day, like somebody was saying that to me, like, damn, like you was this and you had this type of SATs and you played on the football team. How come you ended up doing this, this, and that? I'm like, because I ain't have access. Like, what was in
yeah,
front of me was either you gonna do
yeah,
this or you gonna do that. Like, you gotta survive or you
period.
gotta
That's
eat. This
it.
ain't feeding you. You feel me?
That's it.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what was in front of me. Like, the access today is crazy. Like, the access
That's what I'm
today,
saying. We have
yeah,
more. They have the kids now have. It depends on how they're raised and who they in their life, but a lot of them to me have support. Like my son, me and my son fought not together, but we always was co-parenting. He always had he had people around him to make sure he was focused. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Make sure like keep his eyes on the prize. Let him know that right now to me, get
That's
to the money so
important.
you can enjoy your life, huh?
That's important. No, I'm just saying that's
Mhm.
important.
You got to have a community around you, whatever, because teenage boys is real hard now because of the
I know it's
influences and stuff, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got like the young ones, the
mm,
drill music. You got so many things like they trying to do like gang gang or whatever the fuck. But it's just like, uh-uh. Yeah, well, I
yeah.
stress my son because he's my only son. And I've never hung in groups. I've always been like, solo. I ride dolo from state to state. That's just been me.
Uh,
So with him, even though he got brothers, his dad got other kids. My son is like that. He kind of like dolo, like he do things by
yeah.
himself. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't really like influence. Like even with the music, he does music too, but it's more Mandolo. He got his twin. We say, what's that
Yeah.
twin? Whatever. He got
Yeah,
twins.
so
His
twin.
best friend. Yeah, they do
Yeah.
music together, but to me, they're focused though. Like to me, they have because he already know. Like, well, my music, I still got to work. I
Yeah.
got to still do certain stuff. I got to still build. You know what I'm saying? I still
He
got to
got his head
prioritize.
on right. That's what made he got his head on right. And like
Yeah.
obviously, you mean you did your thing. You saying because and that's it's a lot of that just not happening. Like a lot of that, like it's the sisters trying to do that without nobody, and the brother
Mm-hmm.
somewhere else with a whole bunch
Mm-hmm.
of excuses and
I
shit.
need
You know what I'm
help.
saying?
I'm
And
like,
like,
look,
but you mean like it's good when like you said like you got like a whole
yeah.
foundation around you like and that's a big deal like it's a lot of people don't have that like
Especially with
and
men,
but
you want men to be around your sons. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? You want like respectable men that you feel like I value. My son's father was in the streets and stuff too, but he changed his life. I value what he
yeah,
say. Like he's a good dude. He's a good man. My brothers, they're
yeah,
good. They from the streets too, but they're good. They tell him good stuff. Don't do what I
yeah,
do. You know what I'm saying? Young blood, don't follow
yeah,
me.
put you
You
on
better
a
than
yeah
me.
that's what it's about. It's about
Yeah.
passing the right like I said like it ain't about like making what wasn't okay the norm like all right this what we was doing like no like
Mm-hmm.
that was not okay. I be having conversations with my lady and be like yo like where was the parents? Where was the folks at? Because as now as a parent, I wish I would be so absent minded that my child moving the way I was moving at 14, 15, 16
Okay.
years old.
Not only
Man,
that, like my daddy
that shit was
nosy.
crazy.
He was nosy. I couldn't do. My dad would show up. I had my mom and my dad. I was very blessed. And my daddy didn't play about me. You hear me? I couldn't do shit. I used to feel like my
That's what's
parents was
up.
horrible. You know, you little kid, but then I can't do nothing. I appreciated
Yeah,
it as I got older. But you
yeah.
know, as a
Once you
kid, you like,
get,
I can't do
yeah.
nothing. I
Once
couldn't
you come
date.
up and you see how people shaped from being able to do whatever the hell they want,
Yeah.
and like be like, damn, like you know what? Like me and my pop, we ain't really all that, but to a degree, certain shit about it. Better let him know, like, yo, ain't nobody holding shit against you because I might be a sucker if it wasn't for that. I might.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of these dudes ain't had none of that in their life, and
Mm-hmm.
you might have been, yeah, but maybe a lot of these dudes needed a fraction of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They
Because
need
they
it. They need
really
that. They need
like we
something.
like to like you need structure. If you got, to a degree, like if you don't never experience discipline at any, juncture of your life, then you won't never have no control over yourself. And
That's
that be
period.
people problem. Like people just doing things, just doing what feel right. Shit, I'm
Yeah.
not even that type of person, but I can say like the small period of time in my life I just did what I felt like without being my structured discipline self, I fuck shit up.
You know, my
Hey,
mom
you
used to tell me
mean?
though, when I was little, my mom would say, if you having too much fun, you doing something wrong. So I was thinking about that.
Amen. I needed to hear that a couple years ago. Fuck, I need shit.
She would tell me that.
I
So I
needed
was like, oh
somebody
my
to tell me
God.
that a little minute ago. Like,
I
you
was like,
right, having fun? Having fun?
yeah. Because I used to get
Having
in
too
trouble.
much
I
fun,
used to
ain't
like
you,
sneak out the
motherfucker?
window, do little shit, steal the car,
Oh,
and
you
thinking it's
right.
fun. And then I get in trouble. Let me tell you one time, I'm dumb as shit. I was 15 years old, stole my mama car. It was nighttime. I got my friends. We out there having fun, but I ain't cut the lights on, so I got stopped by the police. He took me home, though. My mama said, you stupid as shit. But let me tell you something. You lucky he brought you home. And I'm like, I was. God was watching me. Because I'm thinking, I'm trying to
Mm,
be cool with my friends, sticking out the window, stealing her car.
like
I
we
could have
all
messed up
do.
her up. It was just bad news bears, but I survived. But I survived. So let me tell you,
Understood
let's
though.
just switch to go back to your music. So I heard "Come Through." I like that.
Oh, did you?
That's a sexy song. Okay, so he making for your girl. I like that.
Yeah, I was on some shit.
I like that
Yeah.
song. It's
Yeah, I
sexy.
was thinking I
It's a
was
vibe. Mm-hmm.
um I don't know. I don't make that kind of music
What you
usually.
mean you don't make that kind? Women love that kind of
And
music.
I need to make more of it. I just
Yeah.
haven't. See,
You see
God
how
be
they be going
confirming.
crazy on TikTok too with stuff like that. The women, they be dancing to
Yeah.
the songs and stuff. That's how your songs be blowing up. You need to go on TikTok. TikTok be making your song blow
Yeah,
up.
hey, listen, my team, we are like, yo, if anybody end up watching this, like, my team is looking for like TikTok managers, like social media managers, like all that right
Yeah.
now, because I do need that. It's just not my steez. And you mean like I'm an integral part of running like a multi-million-dollar trucking company right now. So
Yes. Come through, trucking company.
I don't
Yeah,
always got the time to be like,
that's true. So you need to hire some folks for real because you are a
yeah, I'm
businessman.
trying to hire some folks though. I got some things that, because I do need that. I do appreciate that, like, because I like when it first dropped, I got a lot of feedback about the song. But
Hmm.
at the time, I didn't know what I was doing, like in this shit
But
for
that's
real.
how that
Like,
stuff hit though, right?
yeah, yeah.
Well, you just be playing like I'm just gonna do this real quick.
No,
Yeah, and then it's
that song particularly, it was like somebody, it was like at the time somebody was in my corner at the time that was like more like I'm a very like meet the challenge type of person. So
mhm.
like it used to be like, yo, you need to make this type of song. Like, yo, bro, we need to make this type of song. So like I
Yeah.
give my producer and we build the beat together and shit. Like that beat, me and my producer Ace Man, we sat together and made that beat together and shit.
Okay.
Like, like he really good at like, like I was saying to him, like he be cooking and you mean he really good at like taking the order and putting it together. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, so it's like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
trying to go here with it. I'm thinking this, I'm thinking that. And then the beat just start coming out crazy.
I
So
like
that's what
that.
happened in that situation. And then I forgot I had heard a song that kind of did what I did at the end. It might have been a Bryson Tiller song if I'm
Okay.
correct.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, I gotta do this. Like the ladies
Yeah.
don't like that. Like you
Yeah.
feel me? So
Mhm.
that's why I had
We
to
do.
finish the
Yeah.
song the way I finished it.
Yeah, we like
I
that
do need
though.
to make more like when I was younger, when I was in my first phase of this, before I
Mhm.
took off for years, I used to
Yeah.
definitely be like a real like I used to be like a real raunchy rapper. I used to be real like
Look, like
sexual
my
ass
son,
songs and
my
shit,
son got a
like
song called.
drawn.
Listen, on Valentine's Day, my son dropped a song called "Toxic Bitch." My son is 18. He's so
At
raunchy.
that, that's what I'm
Come
saying. When
on,
I was that at that age, that's the type of shit I was dropping. Like that's the type of shit I was talking
on
about.
Valentine's Day, he gonna drop a toxic bitch. I was
I'm
like,
gonna
look,
have
and
to
he
tap
put
it.
on,
He put it out. It's on platforms.
it's on Spotify and stuff. He look, and then he took my
Yeah, I'm gonna
phone,
tap in.
and then, huh?
I'm gonna tap into it.
Yeah, he got because he put it on my he put it on my story. I didn't even know he put it on my story. He asked me for my phone, and then I looked at my story and said, "When you put this on my story?" He put the song and stuff on my story, so it's on my story. But
Okay, I'm gonna tap in.
back to
That's
you.
what's
So you
up.
have another song. You like to smoke? You know what song I'm talking about?
What? High as
High
us.
as us.
High
What is
as
high as
us.
us? Yeah, high as us. What y'all high as us? How high are y'all? Are you compete
Well,
with
this
Snoop
is
and
what
Wiz
happened with
Khalifa?
that song, right? This is what happened with that song, right? People be so fucking fake. So somebody basically was like chasing us down to do a episode on a show on a podcast,
Mm,
chasing us down like hard. So we like, all right. He like, yo. Then it was this is last year, this time last year. Then like March come around. We like, all right, March come around. We still talking about April come around. He like, all right, well, why don't y'all be like my 420 episode, like 420 coming up?
okay.
So we like, all right, we gonna get a studio where they be super smoked out. You mean, be having a like pop up shop and all that, so we can get mad footage of like, you mean, the
Yeah,
different merchandise. You hear me?
yeah,
Shit like that, chief and this and that, and we gonna have a session as well. So like we would, I mean, like trying to show love, like
yeah.
got a whole session. You mean went to up like one of the upper HD studios is one of the best
Okay.
studios you can go to in the city.
Yeah.
Like we already go, our home studio is already. Let me tell you, our home studio already one of the best studios in the city, Repercussions.
Okay.
But
Okay. What's it called?
HDE, Repercussion Studios,
Okay.
they down South Philly. We they one of the best studios in the city. That's our home studio. But for this particular John, he was more familiar with them. You mean we was like just experimenting with other producers and this and that. So got the whole John, wrote that song specifically to do during the episode, all that. Did the interviews, did the footage, paid for everything. Everybody ate this and that, blah, 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 blah. Niggas start bullshit. Episode don't never drop. You
Why?
mean, well,
Why? But
not
what
my
about y'all
show.
footage though? Y'all still use your
Not
footage,
my show.
right?
Been chasing that down. Like, and that's the part about this game. Like, shit like that happens. So many people was unprofessional. Like, you just gotta keep going. Like, there been plenty of
Yeah.
times like that where, like, when you're in the wrong mindset, you look at a situation like that like a loss. Like, oh, well, wow, the
Yeah.
song was fire, the experience was fire.
It sounded the whole thing was a
Yeah, I
vibe. Like,
mean, the whole vibe was cool. So it's like, yeah, what the purpose was. I'm trying to tell folks this, you know what I'm saying? Folks don't be listening. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to tell folks, if folks don't be listening. Like, sometimes, like, the purpose of the cash out or the investment that you try and make, it might not be exactly like what you thought the cash
mhm,
out was going to be, but you got to be able to open your eyes and see what the cash out was.
right.
Like, or I invested my time into this, and I invested my money into this, and I thought the end game was going to be that, and it wasn't. But I met so and so. I did
The
it. You feel what I'm
experience.
saying? Like people don't know how
Yeah.
to, you
You
mean, do
network.
that shit. People
Yeah.
don't know how to do that shit. Not even just in that situation, just plenty of situations. Like this music shit,
Yeah.
it don't always pan out.
You're
Like
right.
doing what you came to do, doing what you paid to do, don't always pan out. Like,
Listen, I just told my son that I go to a lot of events and stuff. I'm more behind the scenes person, like you said too. Like I went to the Art Institute for Film and TV and Film Production, so I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Long story short, sometimes you go places you don't even know what to expect. So it is a
mm,
blessing when you do get to like maybe the opportunity to meet certain people that you didn't even know you was gonna meet that day, but you took the
mm,
opportunity, you went, and it might not impact
yeah,
you. It wasn't you supposed to do some other shit like you said, but this happened. So what I'm gonna take
yeah,
out of this? I'm gonna take out. I met some dope people. I know it made some connections and I could do this. So you're right. You gotta look at things differently. You gotta look at it like,
Yeah,
glass half full and not half empty. Like you did, you know what I'm saying? You experienced that. You have to experience
yeah,
life. We have to
yeah,
experience life. People don't experience that. Like you said, they take a loss. Like I'm mad as hell. We supposed to do that. It ain't drop. I ain't. You know they say all this stuff.
yeah. And
But
that
but
should
you
be
mature.
goofy.
But you mature. You see the
Yeah.
bigger picture.
Yeah, they don't always be like that. Like I'm human. I have my moments like where I don't see it like that. Like sometimes it's like, yo, you it ain't certain shit. I'm very rarely. You know what I mean? But still, I'm human though. Like it's like
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
yeah.
But to a degree, I really try my best to just always find like, yo, like, it might not
And
have
what helped
been
you
this,
get?
but it
What
was
helped you
that.
get there?
Shit, I don't know. Shit, I'm going through already. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like I can. I don't know. I feel like I spend a good like a little portion of my life like what's the word I want to go like dwelling on the wrong shit. And so like maneuvering in the wrong, you know what I'm
Mindset.
saying? Like
Mhm.
not even really mindset. Like I said, like I kind of touched on it earlier, like the little bit of time that I went outside my discipline structure self and
Mhm.
actually just did what I felt like. That just you know what I mean and like you do what you feel like based on feelings. Like,
That's facts.
and you can't do that. You can't do that. You gotta be able to step back. And that's what brought me to like, yo, like, all right, if I wasn't so focused on the irritation,
Hmm.
you feel what I'm saying, then I would have been more productive. If I wasn't so focused on this, trying to combat this, trying to counter this, instead of being like aware that this is here and go away from it, not match it, not fight it, not
So you
combat
see
it,
the
but
emotion out of it.
yeah,
It
I
sounds like
mean,
that.
yeah, I had to, yeah,
You
basically,
see
I had
the
to learn
emotion.
that shit.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm still, people don't, men don't like to, fucking like admit the fact that like, yeah, we people, and sometimes that shit gonna jump in every once in a while, but for the most part, like things I've been through has taught me like you can't have no emotion and shit, like,
Yeah.
and you got to be cold enough to find a way to blame yourself for everything.
Yeah. Have
That gets
accountability.
you there too.
Yeah.
That accountability had you like not mad at shit. Like, had you just like my dumb ass.
Yeah. But you got, like you
All
just said though,
right,
you
like
you have to experience stuff, and you had other people around you too. They kind of like show you how to, you need to take certain, your emotions out of stuff or whatever. Especially when it comes to business, you
yeah, man.
you can't look at it like that. I know I've had to deal with a lot of stuff because I used to get really upset because I know my strengths. I know what I'm good in and stuff like that or whatever. So sometimes, and people either, I'll say this, critique you or don't give you what you feel like it should give you, you get mad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you like, I know what I did.
Yeah,
But then I had to learn a long time ago, like, you gotta take your emotions, like, get better. Get better.
yeah.
This is stupid.
I
Just
ain't
get
gonna
better.
lie. On the critiquing part, what I'm gonna say is I can say that I'm on that, but it's a difference between you gotta have that, you gotta overhead that because it is a difference between critique and disrespect. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And like at times motherfuckers forget that they supposed to be critiquing
Yeah.
professionally. And critiquing is like constructively
Right.
criticizing,
Right.
putting it in putting being productive with
Make
your
it make
words in a
sense.
way that's gonna help me be like, oh, okay, the next rock, the next hold is up here. Like, okay, I need to reach up and grab that rock and pull up this way and shit. Not
Mhm.
like talking to me in a way that's kicking me back down the fucking hill. Cause now
Period.
I'm on your ass. Like all
Yeah.
that like humble shit and all that. Like no, like watch your fucking off. Like
Yeah. You're
you
right. I
mean
mean,
like
but
you
to
mean
me,
to a de-
you can
but you
sense
still
it.
have to out of professionalism. That's
Mhm.
still not okay. Like yeah, they was popping fly, and you still got to be able to be like, all right, like. Cause that shit get old. That shit get old.
Yeah, real quick.
I ain't the type. That shit get
I'm
old.
not
That's what I
either.
got
I'm
my
very
manager
candid.
for. Holla at Trey. That's what Trey for. I'm not for that. Like you
Uh-uh.
take it a
I
certain way
am my
with me. It's
manager. You hear me? I'm my own manager, but I
mm,
understand now. I know how to speak to people, and I you got to teach people how to treat you too. You know what I'm saying, or
mm-hmm.
whatever, and what to say and what not to say. And when it does become disrespectful, I
Yeah,
get disrespectful back. You know what I'm saying?
And just a little bit, just a little bit.
So we
Like,
want to maintain our professionalism, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't want it to go there because if, a lot of people do, they knew how to get up under your skin sometimes.
yeah,
They will say something slick or whatever and thinking because, well, they're not going to say nothing to me because of this and that. Or if we have
yeah,
money involved or whatever, I will say something. I will tell you to go ahead and rip that shit up because I'm not gonna be feeling like uncomfortable. Because if I
yeah,
feel uncomfortable, I can't even do a project. I can't even do nothing. Like, because now I'm already in my head, like I don't even want to do the shit. So I'm saying,
yeah,
so I had to learn a lot of stuff too, who I could deal with, who I can't deal with. Is this benefiting me? I do look at myself. I look outside of myself. Like you said, accountability is very important to have. And when you don't have it, you can fuck yourself because you're not always right. I don't have all the answers. So if it makes sense, I'm gonna listen. I'm listening. I'm like, you're right. I can do this better. Or I did
right,
make a mistake. I wasn't
right.
thinking. I wasn't focused. So I know how to say like, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
exactly. I'm with that. Like, I know exactly. You gotta know how to do that. Like, so no one want to pass, no one want to shoot, no one want to talk, no one want to shut up. Like, that's real life.
Yeah.
Like,
Period. Okay. So what you got coming up next? Are you gonna drop? Like I know your song I just seen. It's called On and On. Is that this not new? It's like a year ago, right? Because I was into all your
who
music.
on
So
my
what's
own?
your latest song?
My latest song is Kyrie Irving.
I seen. I heard.
It
I
just
heard that
dropped with
today.
me still will and let her leave.
So
That just dropped.
with the Kyrie Irving. So what inspired you to make a song and you named it him? Like I listened to a song, but I'm not. Do sports. So let me
Yeah.
know. Like what is that? That song
Well,
mean to you?
all right. So in the hook, in the hook is what I took like. So honestly, I was writing the verse, and the hook was going to be inside the verse, but then it was so bop. That shit was like, hold on. It made the whole song a whole another song. Shit,
Yeah.
like, I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie. But when it hit me, what I said, because what I said in the verse was, "I ball hard, no deal, Kyrie Irving." Like the significance of that for any artist doing anything is like what just happened with Kyrie. Like he didn't even say the things that he's charged with.
Yeah.
He says something like let's say like so and so a murderer, and you be like, well, nothing to do with like him being a murderer. Hey, he wrote a okay like book, right? Or let's say he wrote a book about his murdering and all his rampage, or whatever. Right? And
Hmm.
you say something about something else he did. Now it's like, hey, oh, you support the fact that he's a murderer. It's basically the kind of shit that happened to him on some anti-Semitic,
Yeah.
you don't like Jews
Yeah.
type stuff,
Yeah.
and they took everything from him, and
Yeah.
he's still coming out there giving you 30, 40, 50 points with his Skechers and his Hanes socks on because he don't got
Yeah.
no deal. He don't got no endorsement deal. He's still
Okay.
balling hard. And that's like that represents like the grind for real. It's like I could have a deal, I could not have a deal. You mean like even if you was to take what little bit of accolade I got from me, I'm going to go hard at this shit.
Yeah.
That's really the basis
Okay.
behind the song and
Okay.
shit. Like,
That's good. That's hard right there. Kind of remind me of, I'm taking this to a religious. It remind me of Job now. You know how they took everything away from him? He still believed in God.
come
God
on,
did.
man.
And he gave him
Yeah, come
everything
on
back
now.
tenfold.
Come
Period.
on, man.
So I'm just saying, like
Listen.
everything to me interlocks it. It kind of like you gotta have somebody who gonna stand up and believe and they know he didn't do anything wrong. Like you said, he gave his opinion about how he felt about certain stuff. It wasn't even it was nothing. Like so how
It
get
wasn't the
don't
same
drag me
thing
into this.
everybody going crazy about. Like
Yeah, like
it was
y'all blew this
whatever.
up. Y'all used me. Like y'all used me as y'all pawn. Like I didn't. So now, but guess what? I'm gonna take it because I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna become back greater. Y'all not gonna break me. Y'all not gonna break my spirit.
Boy out there in Skechers. Like
Yeah,
people think you gotta wear fancy sneakers to ball out, and he out there wearing Skechers.
exactly. Because his mindset though. Because some, I like, what I'm saying. Did you watch the? I don't know if you watched the Colin Kaepernick on Netflix, his little series. So I was thinking
Mm-hmm.
about him too when he's talking about the braids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember first when he first got the braids, it hurt, right?
Yeah,
But
that joint
afterwards,
was deep.
yeah. So when he got it again, when he went to professional stylist, he said the braids made he felt like he was faster and better.
Yeah,
It didn't change the his mindset that made him feel that way.
yeah.
But he knew when his parents told him to take that style away, he had to still
It
have
kind of
that.
took away. Yeah,
He had to
he
still
had to
have
still
that.
come with it.
Period. So I'm
Yeah,
saying like we always get to me. I say we. I'm talking about the black community or whatever. they always try to take some try to break our spirits, but we gotta show them that you can't say nothing for
Man,
me. You can't take it
you
from me,
can't take
buddy.
shit from us. You can't take
You
shit
can't
from
take it
us.
from me.
Listen,
We done been through so many. They know we're the true gods and goddesses of this world, so
ain't
they be
none,
trying to
ain't
do
nobody
whatever.
else ain't nobody else still going through still. You know what I'm
Ain't
saying?
nobody. We
Still,
the ones.
and still prospering. It can't stop
We,
this shit, man.
we
It
the
can't
ones.
stop.
That's why they hate
Yeah,
us. But I think, I mean,
they
when we
can't stop this
all, I
shit.
feel like when people find out their true powers, I wish we could all come together and take this shit over. But some people scared of that. They're scared to know that they are powerful. I think a lot
And
of
it's
people
human
scared to know,
nature though.
huh?
Like division is human nature. Like that shit, human nature. You gotta think about it. Before anybody but us existed in the prehistorics and the prehistorics, there still was division. Still
Yep.
was wars. There still was slaves.
Yep.
Even when slaves wasn't different colors, they was the same
Yep.
color. There was slaves.
Yep.
I mean, that shit just a part of like the experience God putting us through. Like I mean, like
Yeah.
division, bloodshed. It's crazy. Like that's just part of it. Cause like I'm Muslim with a real like strong Christian foundation. Like I came up in church and then I found Islam later and whatnot.
Mhm.
And they say part of what made the shaitan switch up is like I kind of speak in layman's terms when I speak biblically Quranically. I mean
Yeah.
I kind of speak on some hood shit still to make
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
understand. But
To
like
people
he like
understand
yo
it.
like he like yo like they gonna be down there being divisive, killing each other, not listening to you, and all I do is sing and pray all day. Like what you like, and you want me to bow and you want me to like have some reference for the humankind that you're creating because it's your creation, even though they're going to be the worst creation, they're going to be against you way more than we are as angels. And
Mhm.
like that's really what it is. That fact it just points to the fact that like no, we just built to be like that already. Like we just already built to be like that. Like it just is what it
Okay.
is.
Well,
Much as we
excuse
want
me.
everybody to come together and shit. Like
I mean, I do too. I know it's difficult or whatever, but one day at a time. I feel like in what I see, because we all have our own. I feel like our own worlds for real, what we
mhm.
see and things like that. From what I see in my world, it's a lot of people that we work with each other. Like I see a lot of community. You know what I'm
Oh
saying, or
yeah.
whatever. I see a lot of people that want people to be successful and succeed or whatever. I mean, I see a lot of other slick shit too, but for the most part, I do see people want you to be successful. They want you to, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because they know that we make it with each other. Like I can't be me without you. Like I need you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like you're a part of my puzzle. Like we know we all are part of each other puzzles. We got to feel like
That's
where the
real
person fit
shit.
in it. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So I think a lot of us feel like I can do this by myself. No, you can't. You can't.
Hmm.
So when you
Yeah.
stop being so independent, we could get further. But a lot of us feel like, and I hate when people say that I did this on my own. You didn't. You didn't do it on your own.
Somebody.
Somebody helped you. You had to
Somebody.
see somebody out there was rooting for you, that was there for you, whatever. I mean, whether you acknowledge it or not. But I'm gonna say
No, that's real.
this, big quick. This has been a great interview. I think that everything you said, I feel like people need to hear. Your music
Yeah, I
sound
appreciate
good.
that.
I mean, I even like the name of your album. I say that because right now a lot of people are suffering from PTSD. I could tell you, I don't even want to say I know so many people that are suffering from mental illness and not facing it. And we can
Yeah, it's
see from
rough
just
right
the
now.
different things, it's getting worse and worse from what we can see. I'm sure they had things back in the day, but we can see it now. Like, you know
Hmm.
what I mean, or whatever. But I could talk to a person that I can tell is something kind of like throw it off. You know what I mean, or whatever.
Hmm.
So I'm kind to people because I don't know what their
Yeah.
mindset is. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
For real,
yeah.
I don't want to be like whatever I'm going through. I try to be kind every day. I wake up with the mindset it's gonna be a great day. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. If I do run into an energy that don't feel right, I go pray about it real quick because I don't want to snap. I don't want to lose my positive, high energy because I'm around some low vibrations. About low
Hell
vibrations.
yeah. You got to get away from those.
You gotta get
Amen.
away from it because it could pull you in, and you know that you better than that. Like that ain't you no more. Like it's not me no more. I mean, I used to pop off. I used to do a lot of stuff, but that was many, many moons ago. So when you grow up, what I'm saying, sometimes we get reverted back to certain things. We get triggered or whatever. But when we're gonna be better than that. Like I want to be more mature. I know him every day. He's working on me. I'm working on me. I'll say he's my guy. God is in me. I'm God, God, whatever.
Hmm.
So I'm getting better, and I'm seeing it. I'm seeing from the people I'm meeting. I'm meeting you. You in Philly.
Oh,
You
that's
know
a
what I'm
word of
saying?
mine.
You know what
It's
I'm saying? I'm
funny you
being
say
blessed.
that.
Huh?
That's real rap. No, it's funny. I was just saying, thinking the same thing. Like, damn, like when you said, like from this my standpoint, you said from my standpoint, I'm seeing a lot more community. People want to see you win. It's like, damn, it sounds like you in them rooms I'm trying to get in. So like, it's dope
Yeah.
that I'm sitting here talking to you. That's lit.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah. I
that's really
mean,
what it is. Like, it's time to break free of like what I'm used to. I'm used to that crab in a barrel, man for itself, survive, survive. Like I'm ready to be, because I'm that type of person. You know, I was having a conversation with somebody recently. Which kind of touching on the project. Like I said, some of it personal, some of it is what's around me. Having a conversation with somebody like, yo, like everything I'll be doing is for a motherfucker to be on some shit towards
yeah.
me, behind my back or otherwise. Everything I'm doing is for you, motherfucker. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So it's time to be in the rooms where everybody want to see everybody thrive.
Yes. And don't
I like that.
let me tell you something too, because it be the I meet people, I don't know who people be, but I meet them, you have a conversation with them, and then they'll be like, you know what? Can I get your number? Can I get your card? Because I got some things. They might be somebody. You don't know who they are though, because they're behind them the scenes. Or something like a
Hmm.
project. You might have we're in Atlanta, so we got like a lot of film projects, music, all that stuff or whatever. And I'm a makeup artist and all that stuff or whatever. So I'm in different rooms anyway. But she'll talk to somebody, you thinking they're a regular schmegler, whatever you want to call it. And then y'all change number. You ain't even thinking about it no more. You know, you gave a person your number. You didn't even think about, like, you forgot about it. They call you up like, hey, what are you doing? They have an event. I want you to come to it. You like, you have an event. What kind of event? And then you like, okay. Like, well, how do I dress it? Like, just be cute. Come. You go there, and it's be people there. Like, damn, I wish I
Like,
know.
hold on, like, is that Russell Simmons? Like the
Exactly. Like,
fuck?
why are you talking about just be cute? You should tell me, girl, dress up,
Yeah,
have your
I'm
cards
cracking up.
ready, network.
Yeah, no, I
I'm just
feel you.
saying, don't dismiss meeting people because you never know. And don't miss,
Yeah.
I always tell people too, like with views, the viewers, and shit like that. Like we always want a big viewers. We want all these subscribers. It only take that one person to see you. The right person
Yeah.
don't take that one right person to see you. Because
Hell
everybody I
yeah.
know that's really big time, they don't have a big following on social media, but in real life they do. They have a cult following. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like you be like
But
people
they
like,
had 2,000 followers, and you would think they
yeah,
really nobody whole
you're
time.
right. Yeah, but whole like
Yeah.
UK, I'm talking in different countries, following them, listening to them, like they feel they love them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for real, you be like, cause you I don't like when people dismiss people because they feel like they haven't seen because they haven't seen them. But they don't
Mm.
know just because that's their problem. That problem is that person is somebody for real. Like that person means so much to so many people. It's inspirational. Like your songs to me,
Uh,
I see a lot of people being touched by it that you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Or
I
whatever. They
mean, that's
feel
the
that shit.
goal. That's the
Yeah, they
goal.
feel the
I ain't really
words.
worried
Like
about the
they going
money.
through it too.
I just want to connect. That's my goal. Like, yeah, with this project, like a lot of people was telling me, like before when I decided that that's what I was going to do for my project. The team, we had a layout for the last year. Everybody dropped a solo project, and we dropped a group project, the Los Angeles team. Um, and like I had a lot of like older people or people that in the game or people that got the ear saying, hey, like you make good music, you can make some bops, you can make some club joints, you can make strip club ass shakers, you can do all that, right? But you need to make the type of project that's gonna connect people to you, that's gonna have
Yeah,
people
that's
kind of
real.
feel you and see you for a little bit more of who you are, a little bit like
Yeah.
that was on my own. That's what started it. Like,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
then the rest of the project kind of just built around it. That's why it's the last
Okay.
song on there.
And that's real too, because people do want to see. People really are lost. So when they feel like don't nobody understand them, and they listen to you, and they're like, damn, that's how I feel too. They do want to know like how you getting through it. They want to see your life. They want to see stuff. Like they want to talk. They want to see more. They want to listen to more stuff, whatever. So with that being said, I mean, are you doing any concerts? Like, or is it just is it locally? Is it everywhere? Like, are you like getting outside of Philly this year?
I'm
'Cause,
working
you
on this
know,
year. That's what this year is about. That's what this year is
okay,
about. Getting outside of Philly. Last year did a lot of performing in the city. Like shit, damn near every week at some point. So like,
okay,
um,
that's what it takes.
plus Philly that kind of place. Like Philly that kind of place. Like where even if it ain't a show where you selling tickets for and getting a big turnout, you won't find an open mic or a showcase, small showcase somewhere throughout the
Yeah,
week three
Yeah.
full times a week, five. Well, we see count Saturday, yeah, 4 or 5 times a week. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Because you getting your
you
practice
going
in though. Your
Philly.
stage and
Philly is a
stuff.
real like Philly is heavy. Like it's
Okay.
rich here. Like I ain't gonna lie, because when I go out of town, I be like expecting to be able to do something. Like, all right, well, you mean like I know it's a show, or I can buy a slot or an open mic or something. Like I'm everywhere I go, I'm trying to do music, turn up. You mean
Yes,
introduce
everywhere it's
myself to
shifting
new people and
now.
shit like that. So
Yeah, sure. I know definitely in Atlanta, like they always have stuff. Like I have a lot of people I know here, and they always have stuff every night. I'm like, damn, I wish I would knew ahead of time. They're like
yeah,
tonight at 8.
yeah,
Like,
right. Send you the flyer at 6 o'clock.
yeah,
Hey,
like
gang, help me out.
you ain't,
Say,
yeah, like
no, I feel you.
oh,
Yeah, so
okay,
we definitely got some targets. You know what I'm saying? We got some heavy supporters. I mean, shout out Stacy LMG, shout out DJ Black Ice,
hey,
shout out DJ Young Boy, man, out LA, man. They show us mad
okay,
love from there down to fucking Arizona, down to Texas. So we got some target markers that we need to be
that's good.
hitting
You need
up.
to come to Georgia too. Don't do us like that.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta see, when I ain't gonna lie, when I look at the numbers, I mean, maybe now that I'm here with you, you know what I'm saying? Maybe things might pick up, but when I look at the
Yeah,
numbers, like Atlanta
yeah,
or Orlando, like Florida be messing with me a lot.
yeah.
It's a radio station called 2111. Shout out to 2111 Radio down in
Okay.
Orlando. They be showing mad love. I've been like in the top 10 of the
Orlando, that's
every
that city
song.
though. Yeah.
Every song I drop on a radio station, I've been top 10. I almost
Well,
won a
you definitely
song of
got to
the
go to
year.
Orlando then.
Yeah, I almost won
Period.
song of the year last year, so I got to get my ass down there and stop playing.
Yeah,
Like I
Orlando is
said, I run a
nice.
big business.
Your
You feel
trucking.
what I'm
That's
saying?
what's up
So
too.
it's
Give it up
it's
to
you
your own
mean,
business.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that, man. Just
Yeah.
grinding, just
You got
grinding,
to. That's what we do. I'm saying
just
that like
grinding.
us as people don't understand that we are grinders, our culture and stuff. I know we mixed up with all kinds of stuff because I know people be like, I'm not this, I'm not that. You black. I don't
Yeah,
care
we
if you're
all black.
Haitian, Jamaican, African, you black.
Hey,
Blah, 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 blah,
no
black.
matter how much
Puerto
they
Rican.
dig, they find more black bones and shit. So
Exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I always tell people that too, because I say I'm black. At the end of the day, whatever my nationality is, I'm black. And anyway, we work hard for stuff for real. And we know when we start working, you'll start seeing all this stuff come at you. It'll come to you. Like, it'll be so easy because you're not even thinking about it no more. Because right now, I feel
yeah,
like you do that stuff. Like, you've been doing your music for a minute now, and you still got love for it. So it's definitely, to me, it's your purpose. Because
yeah,
when you do stuff and you ain't getting paid for it, and then when you start getting paid for it, yeah,
yeah.
like
That's
it's
why I
like
be
right
like, I
now
be
this.
having to check myself. Like, you know what? It's cool like that. That'll work itself out. And the more part is just staying authentic and
Yep,
just being related. I mean, being relatable, connecting. I mean, that's
yep.
all.
It's definitely being relatable because that's what we want. We want to feel like. I was watching something today because sometimes, like, we were talking about the younger people are successful when they see the stuff on YouTube. Like I told you, they always give these lifestyles like you got to be in a penthouse and all that stuff. That ain't everybody go. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? You know how like you'll see certain stuff, so you feel like if I ain't got that, I must not be doing something right. So I feel like people
Yeah,
should change the narrative of it, but whatever, because it's not everybody. You could be very successful and not have those things that you see, especially materialistic things. You might have stuff
yeah.
stacked up, but people feel like you got to have this and that. And if you don't have it, then you're not successful. And they don't understand what the bigger picture is. Period.
That's social media.
Yeah, social media is this
Everybody
really
looking at
like
what everybody else got.
that part, but you already know people be pocket watching, and they be looking at all the wrong things like that. Like so many people I know that don't
Yeah,
even. And they always go back. I'm gonna bring up Jay-Z real quick. They was like looking at him now. He don't have no jewelry on. He's simple. Some of the shit he wear, he's whatever. But a lot of artists, back before, not even talking about him, but back then, they were jewelry. Let you know, like
yeah.
I spent 3 million on this or whatever. The
Yeah,
fuck.
they still like that
Like
there. You
that's
already
what I'm
know.
saying. Like you could have bought real estate. Like who talking to you?
I
Like you know what I'm
mean, at
saying?
this
Like
point now, it's so much money. I mean, like so much of this bullshit ass shit in circulation. They doing it
period.
all. I mean, you gotta think about it. Like, change is always gonna be like a status. I mean, it's always
Yeah.
gonna be like I kind of got to the point where like I used to wear a chain, like I wear a chain right now in an interview and shit like that. But I kind of got to a point where like it has its time and place. But
Hmm.
for some of us, like certain things we don't grow out of. Certain things we don't grow out of. Like
Yeah.
J's and chains and shit for certain dudes, certain women,
Yeah.
certain people, period. never gonna grow
Yeah.
out of the fact that that shit really is status. That shit mean a lot,
But
and it's
then, but
like
mm,
a lot of people mind frame the royalty. The royals did it. You know what I'm saying? If you did it, the kings and the queens did it back in the day. You mean like that's where a lot of
I mean,
this
you're
ego
right
come from.
from the beginning of time. But I'm gonna say
What
this
Big
though.
Meat said. What Big Meat say? Don't be trying to hate on the youngsters
Listen,
because they want
I'm
to
gonna
be
say this.
fly, had a jewelry on. We come from kings. You feel me? This what the
No,
pharaohs was
listen,
doing.
and ain't nothing
That's what
wrong with
Big
that.
Meech was telling them back in the day. Like,
Listen, quick. I'm saying this though. It's nothing wrong with letting people know that you got nice shit. But I'm saying we all know people. I know from when I was raised, you see people a lot of nice stuff. As they get older, where is do they still have those nice things? Like I'm saying, like look at what you saw growing up. Like I want to make sure I
yeah,
got success in the end because you know what? I
yeah,
mean, I'm gonna have a future. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. A
hell
lot of people are
yeah.
looking for the future. I look at the future because I feel like I'm
It's
gonna be
all
old as
about
shit.
time and place. It's all about
Yeah,
prioritizing.
yeah,
You know what I mean,
prioritizing.
I said that in Mellow in the Garden. I said I'm gonna buy my fam freedom with bullish investments instead of
Yeah.
cops and flips and chains like your foolish suggestions. Like you feel me?
Okay.
Because like so
Bars.
yeah, like that's where we at with it. Because you're right, you got to be on like real estate. You mean building that portfolio, having that trust,
Yeah.
having that umbrella, and
Yeah.
then it's like all right, now I'm about to go cop a chain. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie,
Like y'all
like
that's to say you can spoil yourself. I always tell you
yeah.
treat yourself, baby.
Once
Get
the
your
mission complete, like once the mission
period.
complete, because that's part of it. We still a lot of, you mean, regardless of what you, if you hang it up, or if you haven't hang a lot of niggas still from the block, still trappers, and that chain always gonna mean something. That I mean that watch that shit
Excuse me.
always gonna mean something. Like when you came from the block, that shit always gonna mean something for
You
real.
right. You right. Especially I guess from a male perspective too. I mean, I know the girls are getting into it now, or whatever, whatever. The
Yeah, it's
female
a lot of
artists and
these
stuff.
masculine ass females out
Yeah, I
here.
don't understand that. Like, I don't know, but I mean, this
I
is
mean,
their
if
era.
hey, let them be I let them be great, but yeah, I don't be feeling it. But like all
Yeah,
that deep
I
voice,
mean, like I said, to
grown
each his
man
own. I just
rap,
think
like
I
I don't
think
be
this is
liking
just the
that
era
shit.
for them. This is like they all
Yeah,
love masculine, but you know everything is a trend to me. Like when I say that, like, I didn't see so many Glorillas until Glorilla came out. Now everybody to me remind me of her, like all the young girls, and then even the, I don't know. It's just like, and they get stuck. Now I gotta be like
it's
that. See what
just
I'm saying?
like
Whatever. Like,
it's crazy. I mean, some people, it really is they style. It's like some people you do already have because you know what they say, nothing new under the sun. So you do got like some cases where you got pockets of this rap shit where it's like a lot of people might fit into that pocket and but somebody blows. So now everybody kind of sound like that person, but they
mhm.
already was in that pocket. And
Yeah,
then you got
yeah,
people that fall into that pocket because they think that's how you gonna blow up.
yeah.
And that's
You're
really
right.
what it is. Cause you got your little poo shiesties out here,
Yeah,
and honestly, they all probably was rapping like that before Pooh Shiesty
yeah,
was the one that got popping. You
yeah.
know what I'm
And then you
saying? At
got
the time, go ahead.
yeah. I was gonna say you got finesse two signs and big dog. They sound the same to me, but
I mean, but honestly,
they
the
probably get the
finesse,
same.
they sound like Moneybag too, don't they, boo?
Yeah, like
That's
every
just the pocket. That's the
yeah,
pocket that they hit. Like that's their
yeah,
pocket. So
yeah.
it's like
Period.
that.
You're
And
right.
Philly is like that too. A lot of these dudes, like they got that. Yeah, I love like I love my city, but I also love like being told that I don't sound like no Philly
Like
nigga and
yeah,
shit. Cause like Philly niggas got they pocket. They sound like Philly
yeah,
niggas. Like
yeah,
they either sound like Meek or they
yeah,
sound like fucking Beanie, sound like Leaf Ward. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah. I agree.
so.
I agree with you. I think that's in probably every state, whatever sound is, because you know, even come to I'm gonna say Georgia because you know I'm an ATLian, but you know, a lot of people sound similar to here, you know what I'm saying, or whatever.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna save that. Like you said, whatever is popping, people gotta jump into that or whatever, I guess, to make sure to see if they can come up or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to you quick. So where can people find your music and your social media so they can follow you? Because this has been so like I said, it's been a very I learned a lot from you. You're very intelligent and you know you say some real things or whatever and you got
I
big things
appreciate
popping.
that. I
Yeah, no
appreciate
doubt.
that. Yeah, like the podcast and interviews where you gonna get this me, like the music where you gonna get like that street nigga I'm always talking about, like I'm trying to grow up from. Like that's where he flourished. That's where he live at in the music.
Yeah.
But big quick, you can catch me on the gram. Basically all my links to all the different streaming platforms is in my bio. So on the gram, you can hit me up at BIGQUICK underscore HWG. That's big quick underscore HWG. That's for the homework gang. I mean, tap in with me. I mean, I got all types of vibes. I mean, listen, lad.
Mhm.
We just dropped that Kyrie Irving with Ladder Leave. Me and my bro still will. What
Okay.
else I got dropping? I got mad shit, man. I got hella heat coming out for y'all. I
I
got
hear
a
it.
bop. I got a bop that's with my mans. Well, me and Still and my
Okay.
mans, we got a bop. We got another feature, but it is like a real
Okay.
ATL type of joint.
Okay. I'm here for that.
Yeah, that's probably we probably dropping that in the spring or something. We might do
You
that
gotta come
video
down
down
here
there.
too, though.
Yeah,
Listen,
we
it's a
might do
vibe.
part of the video. We probably do part of the video down there and shit. I'm
Yeah, you
saying
definitely should. They
like I
don't.
said, you mean this is I'm big quick. You mean I'm representing Law Society ENT. You know what I'm saying? And Law Society ENT is presented by Money Magnet Music. And
Okay.
you mean at right now, you mean we hiring. You mean we hiring, we doing internships. We ain't looking for
Okay.
no artists. We're not recruiting on a creative level at all. But
Okay.
we are recruiting on a administrative and a staff level. We
Y'all
looking
hear
for
him?
yeah, man.
Get
We looking
contact.
for booking agents. We looking for marketers. Like I said, we looking for social media managers. Like we hiring. Like so,
That's a big
pull
deal
up,
too,
man.
y'all.
Come fuck with us.
Okay,
We
don't
trying
fuck.
to
I'm
get your
gonna have
foot
all
in the
his
door.
information too. When
Yeah,
at the end, if y'all didn't
and tap
hear him or if
and
you didn't
tap
write it
in
down
with me.
or whatever, tap
No,
in
I was
with him.
just saying, tap in with
Yeah,
me.
you got to because that's a big deal. I mean, to be a part of somebody's project, and I always expect things to blow up. So to be a part of something and knowing I did it from this aspect or whatever, that's big, that's major. Some
Yeah,
accolades you gotta have that. Your bio
yeah,
in
fuck.
your resume. Like I work with Big Quick or
Exactly.
whatever. Like that's to me. Y'all need to listen up. Y'all trying to make it in
Listen,
this
man,
industry.
we coming up like we
Yeah,
this year is like all about like last year we did a lot on the creative side. We dropped a lot of music. But this year is all about like making sure it reach, putting out a good amount of new music to keep ourselves relevant in the
yeah,
algorithm.
yeah.
You know, but
Doing some
like
TikToks.
real shit, right? Ew.
Yeah, and you gotta
I
do a video for come through. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I
Mhm.
do. I do.
Mhm.
So yeah, like I need we got a lot of work to do. So
Yeah.
the team is looking to like big up like up ourselves like you said, like we can't do it on our own. You mean right now, like we a
Yeah.
team of three. It's
Yeah.
we trying to do everything we
Lucky
can,
three.
but we just definitely time to like bring on, like I said, from the administrative and just from the,
Mhm.
like raising the brand up.
Yeah.
I mean, like now, now we've gotten to a point where people expect the sound. Now it's time to really like hit the ground. That's just where we are with it.
This is the time. The time is now to go all the way up. I'm telling
Yeah,
you, this is
yeah,
it. And I feel like big things is gonna
yeah.
happen for you, period, or
We
whatever,
got to.
because
Ain't no
just
lie.
being, like I said, so relatable and then just being educated to the point that you can help somebody that like PTSD. I like the name of the album because I know everybody's suffering from it. I mean, even me, like a lot of us do that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, and we don't talk about it or whatever. So certain songs, like, yeah, it hit. Like you feel it. You feel it. So
That's what's up. I
anyway, y'all,
appreciate that.
you're welcome. I want to thank Big Quick for coming through, giving me his time. It's been my
Of
pleasure
course, of course, of
having
course.
him
Oh wow.
here. And y'all, Philly is all the way up. I gotta go to Philly. I'm gonna give me a
Yeah.
Philly cheesesteak and let's go to
Pull
some kind of
up, yeah. Pull up
nice.
at the Poppy store. Don't believe none of that bullshit you hear about Geno's pets. Take you right to the hood,
I did see Gino
the
too on
Poppy
YouTube.
store, John.
I
Like
was,
hell yeah,
well, I'm gonna have to come
real
up there. I'm gonna
shit.
call you up like, look,
Well, hit me,
Poppy's.
shit. We outside.
All right, y'all heard him. Y'all go ahead and follow Big Quick, get his music, download it, stream it. He gonna come to
Hell
a city
yeah.
near you
That's the game.
soon. Follow him, and I appreciate you.
All right, Tay. Get with you later.
All right, bye.